Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's time for February's mid-month mini mission inspiration over on our Art Challenge Facebook group. So I'll turn over to my other camera and I will explain what the prompts are for February's mid-month mini. Okay, so this month the random letter pulled out from the tub was the letter E. So I'll put the card on screen now so you can see the words for inspiration for February. So we have electric, emerald, eastern, eclipse and erase. So a few different ones have a go out there. So I think this month I'm going to be, or the one that jumps out at me and inspires me the most is the word eclipse. So I've already cut my tag ready for the month. It's from one of Mr. Bentley's food boxes. I just used the acrylic front of my tag kit, and if anybody's interested, I do have more of the tag kit back in, or the tag journal kit back in stock now. So there will be a link in the description area below this video if you're interested in grabbing hold of one of those if you missed out the last time they're in stock. So like I said, I've already created my tag shape. I'm going to put these to one side. Now that was for January, if you remember. Gnome. So what I've got is, I've got the tag. I'm going to use this side as being the front. And it's going to get a wee bit messy because I'm going to do some painting. He says throwing paintbrushes all over the place. So I've got some black gesso. So this is indigo blue black gesso. Obviously other brands are available. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to gesso over this side, and this will need a couple of coats, but it won't take long to dry. So I'll go ahead and completely cover my tag in the gesso, get it dried off, and then I'll be right back. I did say it was going to get a little bit messy. Okay, so I ended up giving that 3 coats of gesso only because the other side, or the side with the printing on, has a little bit of a laminate on it. So it did take a while before the actual writing and the images disappeared. So right, we'll drop that there. I'll get this cleaned up. If I can find where my water bottle's gone to. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're all dry, pretty much. So to begin my kind of eclipse night sky, I have this piece of mylar which comes from my lunar stencil kit. So this is the bit that comes out of there. So it's like you can use either that and then go over the top with that, or you can use this, then go over the top with that, so you've got a different kind of options. This is one of the very earliest stencils that I ever created. So, okay, so next up, white gesso. Just happened to, the first one that I grabbed was the Dino Wakley. Ooh, there we go, it's on a bit tight. So this is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to take a little bit of that white gesso, just put it down onto my mat, and then I'm going to add some water. I'm just going to mix it up just so I've got a nice loose white paint, and then, yes, you guessed it, I'm going to splatter. I'm going bigger, heavier drops in some areas, but not all over. There we go, that'll do. And then I'll just pop the lid back on the white gesso. I'm not going to be done with that just yet, but just for now, I'll need to get all that dried off, cleaned up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so my white splatters, or my night sky, is now dry. So I'm just going to bring back in that Dina Wakley white gesso. And I've got a smaller, actually it was the same brush that I used for holding the tag down while I was painting it. So what I want to do is I want to just grab some of the white gesso. You could use white acrylic. Again, if you don't have black gesso, you could always use black acrylic paint. And I'm just going to hold the circle down, and from the centre I'm just going to start brushing outwards. And it's almost like dry brush. Just from the outside, and I'm going to go all the way around. I'm not getting an even brush stroke. Don't mind if it's heavier in some areas than in others. But I'm just going beyond the circle. Stronger in some areas, darker in others. And of course you are almost kind of like dry brushing onto the gesso, so you do kind of get a little bit of texture from that too. Pick a bit more as I'm going. There we go. Not very complicated. I mean, it's not 1,001 different layers, but it doesn't have to. When you're playing and creating effects, the less layers you use can actually work to your advantage. You don't have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. I've said that before. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to very gently just kind of go around the edge of the circle shape, just where I've gone over with the brush and it's kind of skipped the edge. I want a kind of crisp outline on that circle as much as I can. But it's the outer kind of halo that I want to try and get. There we go. And of course there's a lot of artistic license in this. A lot of artistic license. Okay, so because we've dry brushed, it's pretty much going to be dry already, almost instantaneous in fact. So let's just get rid of that little bit of scuzz there, a little bit of schmutz. There we go. And then we're ready to lift off the stencil. There we go. Haha! Like it. So, obviously, with that being mylar, I'll be able to wash that off later on. It will just come off with a little bit of rubbing, as long as I don't leave it for too long. Okay, so I just need to, don't want that bit on there. I just need to add a little bit of a phrase and quote along the bottom. So I just need to go and grab a pair of scissors and some paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've been to the printer. I had a few hiccups with that, so managed to get that finally sorted to be able to print. So I've now got my little quote for the month. So I'm just going to use my Elmer's Extreme. So I've printed it black background with white writing, just so that it kind of disappears and blends a little bit more into the background than it would do if it was a white one. Just for a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Cohesiveness. There we go. A little bit more cohesion. Like that. And then what I can do, I've got a white Stabilo all pencil. So this is like the black one, but it's white. Well, hey, so what I can do is I can just go around and just do the opposite to what we normally do. When we had the white ones on, we put black borders on. So as soon as I'm putting a black one on, I can go around with the white. And because this is a Stabilo all pencil, it means it's also water reactive. So if I wanted to, I could just get a brush with a little bit of water, tiny bit of water, don't want too much, and I can just activate it just to kind of diffuse it a little bit. Just make it look a little bit more washed out and a bit watery. Just softens that edge. Just makes it look a little bit more hazy, doesn't it? And I can hear you all at home saying, yes, Mike. So there you go. That's it. So that's going to be my art journal page for the mid-month mini mission inspiration for February, using the word Eclipse. So I've forgotten to print off the actual card with all the letters on like that one, but I'll do that later and add it to the back. So all I need to do now is just to turn it over and then pop the hole in like so, and then I can add that to the journal for the month. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed watching me put that together. And don't forget, the Mission Inspiration Facebook group is there. There'll be a link in the description area below, as well as a link to the journal kits that I showed you earlier. So that's all from me. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me do that quick art tag for February's mid-month mini mission inspiration. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.